There are two reasons why I'm making this video. Number one, you requested it. Number two, Wanchain is at the critical point right now on the charts. So let me show you why I think that Wanchain still has a huge potential, and let me show you what's the critical point that you probably never thought of. Follow me to the charts. My analysis of Wanchain will be based around daily chart versus USD. So with technical analysis, I will show you where is the huge potential, what's going on right now. Let's begin. July. This candle that touched 43 cents was the final capitulation of this coin. WAN after that started another story. Story number one, story number two. Number one is pretty clear. Downtrend, bear trend, whatever you want to call it. This was a bad stuff. And then here in July I said something big with little steps was happening. Now after that, July slow, we established a pretty important September low that was higher low, and that by the naked price section is very important. This is the first indication of a new uptrend. And if we connect that area and that area, we are getting one more touch on this area just a few days ago. Now you can see that this was a pretty clear uptrend, and not was, is. Wanchain is in an uptrend. It's just consolidating right now. Now this is the supportive band, but far more important in my opinion is the resistance. If we connect previous two highs, the one in May and the second in September, let's mark it. I think you can agree that all this price action was just one big symmetrical triangle. Those can break to the downside and to the upside by its nature, but, ladies and gentlemen, we have an upside breakout. In the last 2-3 days, WAN decided to go in an upside move. For me this was expected, and for me, although we still have no big volume, yes, something is happening down there, but this is still really not a big deal. For example, compared to this one, we need a skyscraper like this to ignite the real bull run to the upside, and it will come, don't you worry about that. This is just one more piece of a puzzle of my claim that this is a coin with huge potential. And since I'm making such bold statements, let me just remind you that a few months ago, well, I think it's more than half a year ago, we made a first video on Wanchain. We made a price prediction, you liked it, so I would suggest you that you watch that one. In their video, and this is really important, I gave you the targets according to Fibonacci extensions that Wanchain could be traveling to. Now, I said in that video something at this point very controversial, that Wanchain could travel all the way to $42. And of course, now that we stand at $1, I think it was the bold claim, and it probably will not be realized by the end of the year. But you, as a smart investor, know that that is not important. The important is direction. I'm not saying that Wanchain will never, for example 2022, realize $42, but much higher prices will be surely realized than $1. So one more time, check out our price prediction. Let's see how we come up with $42, but also I gave you lower levels that could be achieved more realistically. Let's move on into that critical point that I mentioned. Now, if we follow the strict rules of horizontal support and resistance lines, this is the first indication that something critical is happening. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe this line will tell you the story. Now, I put this line right at $1, and you will soon see the significance of it. After we broke below it with this huge momentum to the downside, this area was from then on a heavy resistance. Now in here we had a fake out. This is WAN tried to give us the hype that wasn't there. We gone above it, but not with conviction. And as you can see, very fast we moved below that $1. Now, since that point, I think it's pretty clear that the price was resisted many times in this area by $1. And this is the time where that critical point is coming into the puzzle. This is the lost piece. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, today, at this making of this video, we are breaking $1. Now, for you to get hyped about Wanchain and thinking about that huge potential, we need to show more volume, number one, and number two, the body of that candle needs to stay above that line. So let's watch what will the next candle do. It is still a pretty high possibility that this is just one of the fake outs. Nonetheless, we need to talk about it, because if you connect this chart and the previous one of that symmetrical triangle, you can surely see that something is happening to the upside. Chart is starting to show us little signs that big things are ahead of us. And I hope that you that are watching right now this video will think about it, will watch this chart, because we are now at $1. It's not to say that we're gonna go by the end of the year to that $42, but my assumption is much higher. And why don't you just hold me onto my word and check out on this video, write me in the comments, by the end of the year, what's happening? Are we still at $1? I bet that boat, if you are watching this video around the end of 2021, has already sailed. The battle is ongoing, and we need to show more conviction around that $1 mark. But the final clue that I'm gonna give you today is this 21 exponential moving average accompanied by the 34. It shows a clear resistance of that price action from the May until July. Here, trying to recover, whipsawing above and beyond, and now really consolidating and squeezing the price really hard. But the most important thing, we are above those moving averages. This is a bullish setup. I'm saying right now that Wanchain has huge potential because it's finding a huge support on those important moving averages. Not only 21, 34, there we have it, 55, already a support. I'm not expecting the price, if we get rejected from $1, to go beyond 90 cents. That is my final verdict. But more probable stuff is, we're gonna do this. Bye-bye suckers and bye-bye non-believers. As I said, check out this video in a few months. Even by the end of 2021, was I wrong? Was I right? If I was wrong, feel free to leave and never watch any of my videos. I clearly don't deserve it. But if I was right, hey, many likes and subscriptions are ahead of us, right? And now, watch this one. This crypto is also promising. In there, we're doing TA, we're doing price prediction, we're playing with the price action. It could be fun, it could be entertaining, and value could come out of it. One wave to Wanchain.